as we saw, we could actually just go ahead and start with Soundslides and just let it run, but we do have some text issues. So I wanted to show you some of these tabs across the top and the information the tabs hold in them and where we can access information to pass that the user can see. We have the slides, of course, that's the tab we had by default. We have slide info. Slide info is going to give us things like the caption. I can actually type in there, Bumblebee. At Turtle Rock, up at Vita Voo's where this was taken. I can go to the project information and put in, this was actually a bunch of photos I shot for the Photoshop photo walk in July of 2010. And I actually took the photographs, so JL Brian. So I've put in credit, I've put in headlines, and I've put in some caption information. Now I also have something that's called lower thirds, and oddly, the lower thirds, even if I don't have audio, are under the audio tab. So audio, and then click on lower thirds. Oh, it actually requires that I have an audio track. Well, let's add an audio track. Let's go back and add our audio. We saw what happened when we worked it with the without the audio at first. So desktop, Soundslides, and Captain Cosmos. That's what I'm putting in there. So tell it, yes, I want to run this software, thank you. Okay, it's going to take a second to get this audio. It's a much longer file than I really need for this, but that's okay. So here's, of course, how I can import the audio when I want to do that after I've created the slideshow under the audio tab. I can also discard it, which I'll probably do shortly after here. What is this? Sure. All right. Having some permission issues here. All right. So a number of things have happened. One, I now have a timeline down here, and we'll deal with that a little bit later. But let's go back here to the audio and lower thirds, and now I can actually add lower thirds. Now lower thirds are those little information pieces across the bottom left-hand side that say, this is who the person is who's talking, and this is what their title is. So when you see someone on TV and they're being interviewed, or you hear someone on the radio, or excuse me, on the television, and it's audio only, and they have a photograph, they're going to put information about who that person is. That's what lower thirds is that information. So I'm going to add it, and there it is, name and title, and I'll put Mr. Bumblebee. And his title is Honeymaker. Alright. Now let's go see what that actually looks like, because that's basically all the text options we're going to have. We have our headline, which is and credits, which is under project info. We have lower thirds, which is under the audio information, and then we have the slide information. But now we can actually go back and test, and you'll be able to see what it looks like with some audio, although it's going to be way too long. My audio is too long. So, actually, I should test this. Test. So you can see what it looks like. There it is, Mr. Bumblebee, Honeymaker, Photoshop Photo Walk. If I click on the captions, they still are not coming up. What am I? Oh, there we go. Credits. Okay, my captions, I don't have any right now, so that's probably why I didn't have it. So I press play. And of course, not much is happening. There's my caption. You can see how the functionality works here. And then after 6 seconds, the lower third went away because that's what I told it to do. That was what was prescribed. If I look in here at lower thirds, 6 seconds is the duration. So pretty easy to use, and there's a basic explanation of the text options that we have.